All right, so this is going to be episode 6 of the Wicked Wanda build. It's going to take us from July 26th through August 5th of 2016. This is the 1708 on the transom. It's pre-cut and kind of sticks in place. The vinyl ester resin does fully cure in about 30 days. So there's a little bit of a tacky surface, and it kind of nice for holding the 1708 in place. Now, one point I'd really like to make is if you look how clean that layup is, it requires very little surface preparation to do another layer over top. This is not very common in boat building, very rare actually to see clean fiberglass. Another point is that I intentionally chose to do one layer of 1708 at a time. The reason being is that you certainly could stack multiple layers of 1708 or other material, 2408, but there is a compromise, and you would have to pre-cut material and lay in sections with more seams. Dropping multiple layers certainly would have been faster, but I was looking for the highest quality I could possibly achieve, and this is ultimately the way we went. When we get to doing the hull sides, we worked in 2-foot sections at a time, 2 to 3 foot sections. We would use that wet out machine to dispense as much resin as was required for the area we're working in, anywhere from 2 quarts to 2 gallons. If there was excess, we would move along and move to the next section. I don't think you can achieve this type of quality without a wet out machine. You may also notice that wall unit air conditioner was pretty useful. It lowered the temperature in that area by about 15 degrees, and running down a hull side there would normally take us about an hour. If we didn't use that, we were really had to speed things up a good bit, and we were kind of rushed. It improved the quality. It helped. I'm trying to remember back what the layup was. I believe we did 2 layers of 1708 on the hull sides. After the 4.5 ounce skin, we dropped the mystery material, which will be coming up here in a minute, and then 2 more layers of 1708 on the hull sides. On the bottom and the transom, a little bit different. We did 3 layers of 1708 on the hull bottom and 3 layers on the transom. Drop the mystery material, and then 3 more layers before stringers. On the transom, it was cored with 1.5" Coosa. That's coming up in a later video. And then it also received another layer of the mystery material on the inside of the transom, plus 3 more layers of 1708 across the entire transom. You'll see that later. And then it was ready for stringers at that point. After all the 1708 buildup, you'll see a complete grind. The mystery material doesn't like to go over rough, bumpy, lumpy surfaces. It certainly could, but what happens is, as I've explained in other videos, is resin will get trapped in any of those little dimples and crevices, and it's just resin. Nothing else can fill that void, either resin or air. None of those are acceptable. So we smooth it out like this, very, very thoroughly, very smooth. What I would do is take a 5-inch grinder with about 36 grit and just smooth what I could get with that without gouging it, and then follow back over that with a 36 grit. And the mystery material is a fabric I've been using for many, many years, almost 2 decades. It is a spun polyester. It has a phenomenal screw retention. I don't want to call it a core mat, but it acts like a layer of core. Travera was the original manufacturer when we learned about it. Another company makes it now. When I find that information, I'll do a little video clip for it. It'll come up later in this build as well. It comes in different thicknesses. It was originally a print blocker, the thinner material, and then for the thicker materials, they used it wherever they would want to hold screws. Most boat companies would put it where the rub rail goes. We used it to make panels and found out with fiberglass on both sides, it makes a very stiff panel. When used in a hull side with a curve, it makes a very rigid panel. It's extremely, extremely dense. In the next videos, we'll get to the transom and stringers. Remember to thank those who have served for this country. Our freedom does come at a cost. It is not free. And if you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, maybe share with a friend, and I'll keep doing it. Thank you.